Okay, I have had way too many bad dating experiences to not do this. Obviously, I'm not conventional. I don't do things just to stand out or for shock value, but at the same time, I have absolutely no interest in doing things to follow the herd or follow trends, things like that. I'm just me. With that said, I wanted to put together this video to give you a little bit more of an insight into my personality, who I actually am, above and beyond a profile. Like, for example, I'm the type of person that uses witty banter as a form of flirting and being playful. In person, it's easy to see the mannerisms, the tone of voice, the looks, the expressions, and clear as day I'm joking around. Online, it kind of comes off as a douchebag, so I simply don't do it. Okay, so right off the bat, I have dark tastes. Like, I love anything Halloween related. I absolutely love the castle over there in Ybor, anything Gothic, Victorian, things like that. With that said, no, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm sure you get the idea. But with that said, at the same time, I'm also a very giving, caring, loving person. Like, for example, I've worked in multiple different YMCAs previously over the years. I did numerous different fundraisers through them, charity events, things like that. I also tutored for free out of my own free time through one of the child development centers at one of them. I even tutored fellow classmates in college out of my own spare time because I was the overachiever. But anyway, as far as that, I'd love somebody else that is giving, that loves to do things for others as well, that is a giving type of person. If you're a sociopath, for the love of God, don't waste my time. I can spot sociopaths from a mile away once I meet you face to face, and I swear to God, if I find one more sociopath that tries to take advantage of me. But anyway, like my profile says, I want to find the Morticia to my Gomez. I want somebody who loves going to the castle. I don't go there much, but I just love somebody that has that same kind of taste. Somebody who loves Halloween, who loves the Gothic look, Victorian, dark types of things like that, but at the same time has a great heart. I had a couple of friends up in New York when I used to live up there, Charlene and John, amazing couple. They were like second parents to me. They were also spiritual guides to me as well in a point in my life where I was trying to find myself spiritually. They were something that was labeled as twin flames. Their connection was amazing. I mean, just being near them, you could feel the love pouring off of them. I want that. I want somebody who I have such a strong connection with that other people can feel that love, that we're inspirational to other people, that they can find that almost fairy tale type love. Okay, and now obviously I'm not just all about things that are Gothic decor and charities. Of course, there's a lot more to me. I'm actually extremely eclectic. When I first got out of high school, I worked as a personal trainer for a number of years because, like I said, I love helping other people. I worked my way up through that by studying business management on my own. I eventually became a regional manager for a chain of YMCAs. Once I worked my way to the top and decided I wanted to move on to bigger and better things, I ended up going to college to pursue an education in physics. I was interested in astroparticle physics in particular. Now, with that said, though, I don't expect us to have everything in common. You know, say, for example, if you're an artist, that's great. That's something different to bring to the table. I think it's good for people to have enough in common where they have a lot of similar interests and they can share experiences together that they enjoy, but at the same time enough differences to where you both bring different things to the table with each other and new types of experiences as well. So as long as you're okay with that, it really doesn't matter to me what kind of interest you have as long as we have a common ground somewhere. Okay, so next, I'm both sapiosexual and demisexual. Looks are a plus to me, but unless you're seriously overweight, that's really not that big of a factor. The biggest things to me are the chemistry that I have with somebody and intellectual connection. And for the love of God, please be intelligent. I've had so many people that claim to me that they are so intelligent because they had A's in high school or they know proper grammar. Great. I graduated college with over a dozen academic awards, a solid 4.0, and I was the commencement speaker at my graduation ceremony. That doesn't signify that I was intelligent, that meant I was dedicated. Now, if you're a member of, say, Mensa, or you have a PhD certified IQ test that shows you're 130 or higher, yeah, then maybe we're talking. But yeah, I need intelligence in somebody. in a relationship, I'm very independent, but I'm also very attentive to the person. My top love language is physical touch, so I'm extremely affectionate. That's the way that I show my love. If you're not familiar with the 5 love languages, you definitely want to do a little bit of research on that. It's really useful to know what somebody's love language is. It's basically the way that they perceive love and receive it from others. So yours doesn't have to necessarily be the same as far as physical touch, but at least if we know what each other's is, we can work with that. The one at the bottom of my list is gifts. Gifts is at the bottom because I don't see gifts as a way of showing love for somebody. I mean, anybody can buy me a car or buy me a box of chocolates for a holiday or something, but it really takes somebody that truly loves you to be, say, out on a moonlit, walk on the beach and holding my hand and wrap their arms around me and give me a kiss and tell me they love me. That to me is what really counts, the physical touch, the intimacy. Above and beyond that, I would say my other love languages are definitely quality time, because I do love spending time with the person I'm with. I just don't need it. If you have something going on, trust me, I'm gonna find a way to keep myself entertained or find something to do with myself. I'm not clingy in the least bit. Okay. The other one would definitely be words of affirmation, because I am all about communication in relationships. I feel like communication is a real big key in relationships. Just one more thing to add about communication too, because I just feel you can't emphasize communication enough. Communication is what makes or breaks a relationship. I mean, it really is. And I'm not expecting to talk about every little detail of our lives and everything, but if something's bothering you, you need to be the type of person that's going to be open about what's bothering you so we can talk about it, fix it, move on. Very little bothers me. I'm very, very easygoing. If something does bother me, usually what I try to do is internalize it, process it, move past it without bothering somebody. If something's really bothering me, and I know I can't just internalize it and deal with it, I'm going to talk to you about it. And if something really bothered me and I don't want that to happen again in the future, again, I'm going to talk about it. I do all I can to try to communicate with a person to build that relationship and keep things healthy between the two of you. And I need that in somebody else. I can't deal with somebody that wanders around with a bunch of secrets, or right off the bat initially they're hiding a lot of things from me, or there's certain things about themselves they don't want me to know about. I want somebody that wants me to love them for who they truly are, that wants me to know everything that they are. And same with me. Anything you want to know, I'm a complete and utter open book. I'm extremely open, almost to a fault. Next thing, spirituality. I know this is a subject that can tear a lot of relationships apart. Mine is really open-ended, so I'm really easy to work with on that end, as long as you're easygoing on that as well. My spiritual beliefs are basically very, very open-minded. They're based on research. I mean, I would sooner be looking at stuff on Google Scholar and solid research and evidence and studies than I would be reading some type of religious book on anecdotes and hearsay. Okay, for me, I look for evidence, I look for concrete things, but at the same time, I'm also very open-minded, I'm very receptive. I've been researching metaphysics since I was about 15 years old. So as long as you're open-minded with your beliefs, great. It doesn't matter if ours are identical, so long as we're receptive to each other's perception. Because I'm not going to sit here and try to say that I'm right as far as my spiritual beliefs. The best that I can say is that based on my research, this is what I believe, this is why I believe it, and that's it. But at the same time, if you're going to come at me saying Noah's Ark is real, and you're not familiar with things like sedimentary deposits, global strata, and even basic geology relating to the size of the oceans and the physical impossibility that the entire planet could have been flooded, this is not going to work. Okay, so pretty much what it comes down to is that I need somebody who has dark taste but has a good heart, somebody who's intelligent, somebody who knows how to communicate and will actually communicate with me, somebody who is affectionate. Your love language doesn't have to be touch as far as your top love language, but somebody who does love things like cuddling, And then other than that, somebody who is spiritual but not credulous about every little, religion or belief system, things like that. That's pretty much the main things that I'm looking for in somebody. Okay, so with all that said, if you know this is definitely not you, let's not waste each other's time. I wish you the best, but the whole intention behind this video is to try to give people a little bit more insight into my personality. And if you do think that you might fit the bill, definitely let me know. Because like I said, I'm not looking for someone, I'm looking for the one. And that's why I put so much time and effort into this, to make it clear exactly what I want, because I'm not going to settle for anything less than exactly what I want. And hopefully you're the same way. And hopefully you want the same things as I do. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel here too if you want. The rest of it is pretty much just videos with me and the kids and everything. So it'll give you some insight into me as far as me just being playful with the kids and goofing around and everything. The reason I have this channel, the original intention actually, was to just have the videos up on there so that my close friends, as well as of course my family, could see them that don't live locally here to me. So that was the main intention of this, but I figured I might as well upload this here as well. The channel does also have the commencement speech that I did somewhere on here, so you can feel free to watch that too if you really want to. It will give you some more insight into my history, as well as some of my own personal values that I shared with people in the commencement speech. But other than that, that's about all that I got for now, so I really appreciate your time. And like I said, even if I'm not the right one for you, I do wish you luck in finding the right person for you. I know this whole dating thing is rough and it sucks. It really does suck. I know it does, but you know, just stick in there. Eventually you're going to come across the right person for you. I tell you what, one thing that I do want to leave you with some food for thought before you go is, even if I'm not the right person, just to give you a little bit of hope here. My mother right now, she is 65 years old. Okay, she was with my father up until he passed away about maybe 8 years ago or so. Okay, they didn't have the healthiest relationship, but she stuck with him through thick and thin, and then he passed away, and things were really rough for her. Okay, she never had a really good, healthy relationship. She moved to Colorado to be closer to my sister, and she met somebody who she got to be friends with over the years. And after a few years of knowing each other and doing similar activities through a senior center by them, he just one day out of nowhere asked her out, and they've been amazing together ever since. They started dating. A few months later, he moved in with her. A couple months after that, he asked her to marry him, and every day that I talk to her, I hear about how happy she is and how amazing the relationship is, and that she never knew that it could be like that. So, you know, it took her until she was, well, found him last year, I guess. Well, knew him before then, but they got together last year. So it basically took her almost 64 years of her life to find the right person for her. So sometimes you just got to be patient. All right? So just hang in there. If I'm not the right person for you, if you think I am the right person for you, get in touch with me, okay? Because I've been looking for you for a really long time. All right? And if not, again, I wish you the best and take care. All right?